Welcome back to Bonanza Disc Golf. Today we got another really cool review for you from a company who actually didn't send me these discs out. They sent them to somebody else who ended up giving them to me because I don't think he was going to make a video with them. But we're going to be taking a look at the recent Clash Discs prototypes that they actually sent over to David over at Apollo Disc Golf. And I just, like a bunch of these other discs you've seen on the channel recently, I stole them from his house. They sent, I almost said they sent me. They didn't send me anything. They sent him 2, 4, 5 molds. So we're going to be playing actually 10 holes with just these 5 molds that we'll introduce as we throw them. I did actually get a few rips on them because I tried to film a video with them earlier, but my elbow was absolutely not having it. This is a couple days ago, so it took some rest time. But one thing I did notice though is that they didn't have a good putting putter, so I'm bringing my own putting putters because I literally cannot putt with the one putter that they have in there. Great for throwing, could not putt with it. The 10 holes we're going to be playing are at La Bonite Disc Golf Course. Woohoo! I had a tournament here earlier this year, one round. I shot just over 1,000 rated. I think it was 5 down, but that included a lot of the back. We're not playing the back because honestly it's pretty boring. The first one that we're going to throw is going to be the prototype Cinnamon. I haven't done a ton with Clash Discs. Uncle Bobby Jr. on Instagram and YouTube, I think. He had sent me some of their discs before, not their full lineup, but these protos I wanted to get my hands on because everything that I've ever felt from Clash has felt absolutely phenomenal. And I feel like these are just trying to fill out their lineup because they have a lot of players that are sponsored right now, but they still have to be open bag because they don't have a full lineup. It says 9.5, -1.2 are the numbers on this one. And I think it's the fastest thing that we have in the box. And this is a 430-foot hole, so nice flip. Yeah, that's not bad. That should be really easy up and down. There's one other driver in here that I'm going to throw so you can see the flight of. It's the white one, and then we'll talk about it later. Yeah, definitely more stable. A little bit more workable, I'd say. And we got a putter and 2 mids left. That one is a tour series though for Nate Perkins, so that's pretty cool. There've been a lot of disc golf companies popping up over the past year or two, even just as I've been in the game for about 1.5 years now, and I feel like there's 10 new companies from when even I started. Clash being one of those newer companies who I think have done a really good job of marketing themselves because some of their ads on the Pro Tour Network are some of the most fun to watch, like the spice, the popcorn, and all of their discs are like food, so it's a very memorable naming structure. I do think it's a Finnish-based company who has their own manufacturing, or at least manufacturing that isn't used by another disc golf company. And like I said, everything I felt from them has felt good. There's not been a lot of flashing. I haven't thrown all of their discs, so I think the perfect disc for this next shot is another new tour series, Peppermint. This is what I was really excited to look at because they do have the mint, which is their normal mint, which seemed to be very similar to a yarn. Basically, if you put them next to me in my hands, I don't know either of those plastics well enough from Castoplast or from Clash, I would have said that they were the same disc. The Peppermint though feels much more like kind of a blunter zone with a little more of a curve in the bevel. And it's a little bit puddle topped, and this Sunny plastic one, which is new plastic that I haven't felt before, is it feels very firm. This feels like a very good approach disc, very close to his own counterpart, I'd say. Yeah, that's everything you need. That 9.5, -1.2 category is one of the only categories of discs I don't really feel like I have in my bag. I don't know if I need it, but it's always fun to play with them. If I remember this course correctly, the back 9 is really kind of where you score. So since we're only playing the front 10 holes, I'd say under par would be really good because we have this hole and then a par 4 we're about to play. And then the rest of the front 9 is in the woods. And then the last one is a very open, almost 800-foot par 4. And without a fast disc, I don't think I can get that because I'm not a bomber. All right, you can basically see all of hole 2 behind me. The tee pad is there. The basket is 650, 600, it's far, par 4. First shot is just a shot through this kind of gap between the tree and the shrubs over there that keeps turning. So a lot of people like the forehand. I want to be closer down into the flat there. So I'm going to be throwing this cherry, which from what I had thrown before my elbow kind of gave out, it seems like a slightly more stable origin. Slightly more stable Midnight Prowl too, but less glidey because it's pretty flat, a little puddle topped. I think this is the play for sure. Keep turning. Well, I'm on the hill. I definitely thought that would turn a little bit more, so not quite as flippy as my Midnight Prowl 2s are. It feels similar to the origin, but I think the parting line height is raised a bit. I think we're probably gonna go Cinnamon again. Try to get some distance and don't throw it over the hill. Yes. Oh yeah. Get there, get there, get there, get there, get there, get there. That's a putt. Let's go. Should've just done that in my tournament instead of getting a bogey. Just make sure we don't leave it low or high. Do not want the roll away. Yes. See? That was just an example. I wasn't practice putting. That was just to show you what would have happened if I didn't make my first putt. Second example. I'm really good at examples today. You can probably see the basket a little bit through this little skinny gap straight ahead. It is a blue basket. Of course, designers, you gotta stop using blue baskets when you're in the woods. They look pretty, but I can't film on them very easily. So we have this left hand kind of turnover gap that I'm gonna try to throw this putter through. And that one is another prototype, the Fudge. And this has got a little bead on it, which is why I just cannot putt with it. One is premium plastic, but it doesn't want to stick to the chains, and a slightly beat up putter, I just can't deal with it. So that's why I brought out my own putting putters. This one is gonna be a little stable. I'm guessing the numbers are more like a 2301. Ooh, just off, 2302. That makes more sense, it's a little stable. It's kind of like the Judge or the PA3 style. Oh, look how stable that guy is. I really thought that'd keep turning. We got an open look. A little nose up, but man, that thing did not just keep turning. Let's try the peppermint real fast. So stable. Try the cherry. There it is. Finally did it. Oh, that's gonna be so good. Okay, that cherry is definitely more like a buzz style, or not buzz feel, more of an origin feel, but buzz flight. Hey, a lot of times on these woody courses, what I've been learning is like rely on the putt, get through the initial gap, and like try to make your flight as close to the basket as you can, but if I can get in 60 feet, try to give it a credible bid. Low, nose down. I'm putting those nose down for some reason right now. There it is. Oh, let's go. All right, hole 4, one of the tougher holes around. 550 foot, straight down into the right, par 4. I think we're gonna try the Lotus for the first time. This is a Nate Perkins new Tour Series disc. 2023 special blend. I think we're gonna try the forehand, the Lotus. Hutch Annie out of the hand straight through here. If we can get to that leading tree a little bit right, we're really happy. Flip more. Oh yeah, that was terrible. I'm gonna try this cherry. Okay, to the backhand, I guess. All right, basket, you can probably barely see up and to the right. It does look like this can handle a little more torque than I gave it credit for. So I think we're gonna hit on the forehand again. Okay, not that much, I guess. Looks like we should be able to get up and down. And if someone was to give me a par on this hole every single time that I played it, I would take it. I wouldn't pay for it, but I would take it. Yes, let's go. Stoked on that par. All right, hole 5, 291 up and to the left, but there's kind of a berm that you can just punch something into all the way down there and it'll scoot it back to the left. Honestly, isn't quite origin shape. This kind of reminds me a little bit of the Supra. This one just got to put it down that right gap, straight and hard. Should get a little bit of finish. Don't think about that sentence too much, please. Oh my gosh, Anthony. Why'd I try to... That's textbook over rotating instead of throwing the disc. But this was supposed to be the easy birdie hole. We're gonna try the Lotus on a little flex line through the gap. Yeah, man. Skip in. Oh, skip long. Probably peppermint. Nice. Great up. Ooh, slipped off. I think I got a little sand there. I feel like I'm in a little bit of like, just get my pars mode. Obviously, I'm trying to birdie off the first shot, but if we can continue at this pace, I'm happy. One down, I am not mad getting out of these woods because the back had all the scoreable holes. I think that's probably about what I was. I think it probably was like even or one down through the woods and then got the rest of like my 4 or 5 on the back. All right, hole 6, just about 350, straight down there. Couple trees to miss. I'm thinking probably it's the cinnamon instead of the Lotus. Maybe could get there with the cherry, but. Well, that's the shot shape that I wanted. Oh, good kick down. Just about 50 feet to the right. Oh man, my braces have been really poor. That's better. That's why I like the cinnamon more, because it would have kept turning on that line. It was a little nose up, but, or for this shot, I don't like the cinnamon more necessarily. Just a little pitch out here with peppermint. Oh yeah. I think it's my favorite stamp out of all of them. Maybe my favorite plastic too, the Sunny. I think it's like metal flake plastic. It's sick. This hole should be a birdie. Maybe not should, but like definitely could be. There's like some small gaps here that you can play through for a little skip. I kind of like playing the forehand, a little flex out of the hand around this corner. I think we're gonna go for this Lotus for that shot. No, man. I'm not trusting myself to turn that over. I think, so I was throwing this disc in my tournament with a flat top Firebird, and that's nowhere near stable. So like I both decreased the angle and decrease the speed when I probably only needed to decrease the angle a little bit. I also threw that a little nose up because when I try to decrease the speed sometimes, instead of hitting that angle still, I'll just pop the nose a little bit too much. So, go in. Oh, that was a good run. Dang, that was so close. All right, this next one's this big par 5. To get a birdie with these, I'd be stoked on. It's like placement, upshot. It's definitely doable, but it's tricky. That one, it had some numbers on it, that tournament I played here. This can probably help you visualize it a little bit. Basically teeing off, want to place a touch shot or approach shot here with something slow, more than likely. And then you have to get through a couple small gaps. You want to be on this left or side, get to this area, and then just pitch up straight. We're gonna go with the peppermint and just throw it flat through here, let it catch some stability and push back to the left. Don't really need it to go super far. Oh no, that was so short. I need to push it farther. I threw a 5-speed over stable mid-range, so maybe I should have thrown one of the fairways, but we'll still hopefully be able to get down for par at worst. So I definitely forgot how far you had to push it for the landing zone. Probably just another peppermint through this gap, gets back on the left side of the fairway. That should be good. Pitch, pitch, hopefully par. Still not a gimme though at all. Now from here, I did get into good enough position that if I had something flippy enough, I might be able to try to flex something for the eagle. I still could probably try to give it a really good forehand, but it's just up around this way. We're probably about 350 out. 6 feet more left, I would have a forehand in. That's pretty decent. I might try a roller though. No. I mean, that's not terrible, but that also is not a roller. Like not even close to a roller. See, you do dumb things to try to get birdies, and you play stupid games, win stupid prizes. But apparently sometimes if you play stupid enough games, you might not even win stupid prizes. You might just win yourself a look for the par. That's so dumb. I made that shot look so difficult. Straight with the fudge would be decent. Yeah, that would have worked really well. It's kind of hard because it's so deep in my hands that I can't get a super comfortable grip, but man, smacking that tree, we need one more birdie now, unless I can throw that in. Trying to throw this in is how singles turn into doubles real fast. Nice and easy. And now we can try to run it. Honestly, gonna have to be a throw with these piers. Do it. Is that a par, guys? That was sick. All right, and now we're back to even with really only one good birdie chance left, which is the next hole. Because the last one's like almost 800 foot, par 4. I'm not really getting anything very far today. I'm throwing like a little bit of a baby. Mostly just because I'm tired. I'm not a baby, I'm just a tired boy. But if we can get the next one, I think we can shoot under par here. It is straight ahead of us, right behind that tree, about 35, 40 feet. So you want to get either right or left side of it. I think we're gonna go cherry at the right side. The grass, it looks like it's growing up, so you're probably not gonna get a lot of skip, so get through that gap. It could be lotus since the grass is growing up a bit. I think I'm gonna trust that a little bit more because the stability of this is still confusing me slightly. We'll have a look. It'll be a really long look. And that was a really nose up shot. Why not? We'll try peppermint. It's like too far, but. Yeah, that was by far the best shot. Oh, we gotta look. We gotta look. Easy putts. Yes. Let's go. All right. Now we just gotta play this one for a safe par, and we do get under par. Just getting nervous. All right, 770 foot par 4 to end it. OB left in that road. There's a short pad from like 535 feet, but we're just gonna take the long one. Want to get close to that tree, as close as you can, but not OB. So we're gonna play to the right side, because then if we miss, it's hopefully not too bad. Just get the nose down, man. Yeah. That's like the first actual good shot of the day. Probably in the 410 foot-ish range. So as long as we can get through this low ceiling and get down there close, maybe we can get a look for a putt, but just keep it in balance. That's fine. That felt like a really good rip too. Probably would have gone a little bit farther. I felt like I threw that pretty decent. Pitch up with the peppermint, maybe the fudge to spice it up. Might not be the smartest thing in the world, but we're going fudge. One down, baby. Let's go. So, I think these clash discs are pretty exciting. Honestly, my favorite by far is the peppermint. I think like this is basically, if you're looking for like a perfect zone, like this is one of those. And I think Clash is pretty consistent. I do think some of their discs are a little more expensive just because they do have to be imported from Finland. The cherry I liked as well. I just couldn't get a read on it because it feels more like an Origin, but it flies very much like a slightly beat-in Buzz or slightly beat-in Pathfinder does. The fudge, I just did not like it all, but I think it's just because of my hand size. It's very deep for a putter, and like even deeper than PA3s are, and I just could not really throw it well. Like I'd have to fan grip it really, and I don't really have a fan grip. Like I just basically mid-load it, and yeah, I think I could probably throw it all right, but glad I don't have to. And then between the cinnamon and lotus, I really like a cinnamon, because like I said, this is one of the categories that I don't feel like I have in my bag right now. I don't necessarily think I need it, but like that dead straight 9-speed that kind of goes as my arm speed increases, and I want some differentiation between like a 7 and 9 speed, I might want to add that to the bag, but probably not this year. And then this lotus I think is really good. Just another overstable fairway. I think it's cool to see that they're like really ironing out a lot of their discs. I feel like the cherry probably flies very similar to the berry, honestly. I think they have a pretty solid lineup right now, and I'm guessing as they increase some more prototypes and some more discs get released, there are gonna be a lot more of their lineup that might not seem like it's filled right now that does throughout the next year. If you wanna check out my first videos on Clash, check them out right down there in that new Kid in the Bag series. But if you're also interested in some new recent releases, check out my MD5 review right up here. Otherwise, I'm excited. I have a tournament that I start today, as you guys are watching this video, 2 days long, and then it's my last tournament for a couple weeks, and I'll get to take a little bit of time off to rest. Still have plenty of videos for you guys, but I'm gonna take it a little bit slower on myself and my body, which I'm super pumped for. That's that. Okay, love you guys. Bye.